To some, Renton is just a city you drive through to get to Bellevue. To George and Stacy Stahl, it's where their love story began.
I found my cowboy at the Renton Loop.
Stacy and George met cruising the Renton Loop over 30 years ago.
I used to cruise the Loop in a 1964 Ford half-ton short box pickup that was pretty bad, but it was mine.
Long before Facebooking, kids were cruising as a way to build their social network. Cruisers literally drove around in a loop, honking and waving at each other, showing off their ride and meeting people from up and down the West Coast.
Cars from everywhere, California, Oregon, Canada, they'd heard about the Renton Loop and would come down to it.
For nearly 40 years, thousands made lasting memories driving and hanging out around the loop up until 1987, when the city canceled it and had a cruising ordinance put in place.
The patrons hated downtown Renton because no one could get into their shops. You know, nobody who's grown up is going to spend 3 hours and try and find a place to park with a bunch of kids running around, hot rodding around, and, you know, squealing their tires, things that kids do. We had a ball, but it was illegal, and since has broken up. But Mayor Dennis Law reenacted it last year, and this year we're doing it as well.
Classic cars will once again cruise the street of downtown Renton, this time legally.
We're going to be there cruising, and you know what? You probably find a couple of grandkids in our car with us while we're cruising. They get the right to do it too.
George and Stacy have 5 kids and 8 grandkids. They met in Renton, they live in Renton, and George works for Renton as the water maintenance manager, a job he's held for nearly 4 decades. The couple who would sneak out to cruise the loop in the early 70s now gets to relive where their story began.
Now it's date night. It's a night to get out and remember where we met and how much fun we've had. And as you guys get a little older, you'll find out that it gets better with time.
Yes, a lot better with time.
Lot better with time. Renton again will host Cruise the Loop legally this summer on August 18th, where it's sure to be building lots more memories for those in and around the Renton area.